Playtime is over. Somebody look at your neighbor and say she finna bring it tonight. I said somebody look at your neighbor and say she finna bring it tonight. And if you ain't got a neighbor, look at yourself and say she finna bring it tonight. Well, we gonna jump right into it because that's how we do it over here. Cuba Gooding Jr. played in a movie called Sacrifice. Honey, they throw the coons up in these movies. They got them playing these certain parts. And these certain parts either depict their life or something that they gotta fucker do. Let's break a fucker down tonight. Something they gotta do. Go watch the movie. Sacrifice. You don't even need to watch the movie. Just listen to the name. Sacrifice. Blood. Sacrifice. Honey, the gods. The powers that be gods. They gotta be motherfucker fed. He played that movie Sacrifice. Telling you right there. Yeah, motherfucker, you gonna have to pay back too. You been a good ass coon, Cuba. But your ass got to pay back too. Check it out. About to get into this. Something about to bring this. Cuba Gooding Jr., his daddy. He was a lead singer of the group called The Main Ingredient. Y'all know that song, Everybody Plays the Fool. Check it out. Look at your neighbor and say, you gotta learn how to find out these clues to the mystery, to understand or to even get to the mystery. You gotta pick the motherfucker clues out, because they always lurking around somewhere. Now I want y'all to understand something. Cuba Gooding Jr., he also got a brother in the industry. His name Omar Gooding. The only reason why Cuba didn't sacrifice his brother, because his daddy took the place of the brother. Check it out. I said I'm breaking it down. Now ask yourself something. Who was Cuba Gooding Jr. daddy? Was he ever paid by the industry? Was he ever in the industry? Ask yourself those questions before we break this motherfucking mystery down. His daddy, he had 2 hit songs in this fucking industry. He got paid by this industry. He was signed down with Motown for a brief time. Guess what? I gotta ask yourself something. He was just signed with them for a brief moment. His daddy. His motherfucker daddy say, he seen all the sacrificing and shit going on. He said, oh hell no. I gotta get the fuck up out of this. I gotta make my little money, get paid off my little hits, and what I got, and then I got to get the fuck out. So the daddy say, shit, I got to be smart on this. I'm not trying to get into this motherfucking game. He's seen the shit lurking around. I said Cuba Gooding Jr. daddy saw the shit going on in the industry. That's why his career was so brief. He got the fuck out of that and continued to take their motherfucking money for the checks that he was continuing to get. I said I'm breaking this bitch down tonight. Look at your neighbor and say the unexpected payback. You gotta understand, you ain't gonna be in the past that be shit without paying back something. You can't do that. Past that be say shit. Cuba, look, you been a good ass coon, but you know how it is. It's about that time. You gotta do what you gotta do. Past that be say, look, we gonna set this shit up like this. We gonna have it done like this, and we gonna do that shit at this time. And we gonna do the shit on this day. They say, look, Cooney, this the routine. We gonna have you doing a movie. We gonna have you doing some shit to where, you know what I'm saying, when we make this sacrifice, ain't shit gonna look like you part of it. Cuba, he off doing a movie and shit. Busy. Like he ain't had nothing to do with it. Like he don't know what's going on. Huh. Junior already know. Shit. If you want to keep making these motherfucking films and shit, keep starring in these big ass movies, motherfucker, you gonna have to spill some blood. And the blood that they wanted was daddy's blood. Honey, cause daddy had to give the payback. Daddy wasn't done paying. So guess what? His life. I said Cuba Gooding Jr. daddy life was the motherfucker payback. Listen to this. Listen to this. You gotta understand, when you fucking with this industry, for somebody to come up, somebody gotta lay the fuck down. Y'all gotta understand, Past that be saying, this is the year for, I gotta get you before you get me. These famous and rich people who got famous and rich cousins, sisters, brothers, mamas, daddies, kids in the industry, somebody, they're gonna have to get somebody. That's the game that's going on. Huh? I said the Past that be starting to turn it up a little bit. They saying you coons ain't gonna get paid this money. Y'all motherfuckers think y'all gonna get paid all this big ass money for jumping around and shit and singing on stages? Huh? Oh, we finna turn the motherfucking game up. You better understand what this new world order really is about. Well, I'm gonna have to bring that. Let me stop it right there. Check it out. Now, one of the clues we see here to this mystery, they said Cuba Gooding Jr. daddy died in his car. I said, I'm jumping right into it. They said his daddy died in a car. They said the car was silver. What did the color silver mean? I said, what does the color silver mean? Go do your research. The color silver often symbolizes riches and wealth. Okay? I want y'all to keep that in mind. It symbolizes other things, but I'm explaining this right here, and I want y'all to go look it up. Silver. It symbolizes riches and wealth. Keep that in your mind. I'm about to put these clues together so we can find out this mystery. Now they reported, Cuba Jr.'s daddy died in a Jaguar. The Jaguar car. Now let's put these clues together. The name of the car is called a what? A Jaguar. Look at the word Jaguar. And you see the first letter is the what? A letter J. And the last letter in the word Jaguar being a letter A, a letter R. And the color, silver, symbolizes riches and wealth. So when we put those clues together, Junior sacrificed his daddy for riches and wealth. Check it out. His name all in the motherfucking clues. Look at the word Jaguar. Okay? The J, and then we see the R at the end. Junior. Silver. I said silver means fame and fortune, riches and wealth. Go do some research. You got to understand how they work. The powers that be, they work off of image, symbolizations. Why they have to tell us that, oh, it was a silver Jaguar? Yeah, because they set it up like that. Set it up. Because they look at us like, can you figure this one out? Can you figure this puzzle out? Hell yeah, I can. The proof is already in the puzzle. I ain't got to reach. The shit is already there. You just got to know how to break it down. Ancestor say, look at that. They say they telling you who do it, who doing it, who done did the sacrifice and everything, who had part of it, part to do with it. His name right in the clues. Ancestor say, look up that word silver. Look at the symbolizers of the word silver. Honey, I looked it up and read some other things that word mean, and it meant riches and wealth as well. Ancestors say, look at the car. They say it was Jaguar. And they say, look at the J. And they say, look at that R at the end. What they say, Junior. Cuba Gooding Jr. Sacrifice his daddy, honey, for more riches and fucker wealth. That's how it go. Oh, let's break this bitch down. Clue number 3. How old was he when he died? 72 years old. 7 plus 2 equals what? 9. Turned it around and you get a what? A 6. Pile that B number. His daddy died on April 20th, 2017. Add that up. 12. 2 plus 3 equals 3. Pass that B number again. I said, honey, the shit just coming on up in this mystery here. Now I want you to ask yourself something. How old is Cuba Gooding Jr.? How old is he? 49. 4 plus 9 equals what? 13. Pass that B numbers all up in this motherfucking sacrifice right here. Clues be right in our face. Clues be right in our face and they just be laughing. This shit a game to them. But somebody done lost their life that's close to them. To somebody else. But they don't give a fuck. Cause it ain't they people. It ain't they shit. They don't give a fuck about that. They numbers sitting right up in the motherfucking clues. Sitting right there. Just gotta figure it out. So I just showed y'all right here. Junior done sacrificed daddy for riches and motherfucker wealth. That's how it is. I said I'm gonna do this one real quick. Tomorrow I'm gonna have, another video for y'all as well. Because I know y'all want to know about them spiritual cleansing baths. And y'all want me to break that down, a little bit. And I'm gonna do that. I'll come with that tomorrow. But I want y'all to see. This shit a game to them. This shit a motherfucking game. When I can keep breaking this shit down and we can keep coming up with these same numbers, I said his signature is right there in this shit. You just got to learn how to break this shit down. Well, I'm going to get off of here. Y'all make sure y'all have a lovely night tonight.